It's Athena. I hope you can hear me out here. I haven't talked a whole lot today, so my voice is kind of soft. I wanted to share with you a very cool spell idea for daylight savings time, which is tomorrow night is when daylight savings time ends, at least here in America. I don't know how the rest of the northern hemisphere lives, but that's how we live. At least most of the states. I think Arizona opted out. I don't know how you did that, but I'm jealous. So I got this idea out of a witch's almanac, kind of like a spell a day book that I get them every year, and sometimes there's some kind of cool ideas in there, and this was one. So now that I know about it, I may be doing it every year. It's more of a meditation kind of spell. There's no ingredients needed. There's no special words needed. Basically, it's a little bit like shadow work. If you stay up late, you need to stay up late for it. You have to stay up until the time changes, which is 2 a.m. And then during that last hour before the time changes, you think about a regret from the year. You find your biggest regret or regrets. You spend time meditating and thinking of what you did, what your mistakes were. You almost relive it to an extent. I'm just mildly. I don't think I'd go whole hog on this one, but you face some of those shadows and your regrets. And then when the time changes at 2 o'clock, you switch it back to 1 o'clock and you have a redo. You meditate, you visualize, maybe you can even act out how it should have gone, what you wish you had said, what you wish you had done, and you do that. And it's a redo. It's hitting a reset button. It's deleting that mistake. I like the idea. I think delete it while holding on to whatever lesson you learned from it, because I have found that the worst mistakes and the worst crap you go through in your year and your life tends to lead to the most growth. So I would say hold on to the lessons and then redo, release, forgive yourself of the mistake and let it be no more. So that was one of the spells. Another one isn't really a spell so much as something you can do if you're in mourning. I got it from the same book, A Witch's Almanac. It's called a morning braid. And it's mourning with a U, not the sun coming up, but the sadness of a loss, specifically a death. And even though we know black is the color for mourning, we don't see people wearing the black armband as much as they might have at one time, when you would, for however long, you would mark that you're in mourning. You would wear something and express that you're sad, that it's okay to be sad, and it's a normal part of grief, and you have to go through it. I do a lot of faking during the day in my job, and I'm okay with it, but I'm in mourning still, and I liked the idea of the morning braid. And one of the suggestions was you can dye a piece of your hair black underneath, or you can make a braid out of fabric and wear it under your clothing or on the outside of your clothing. But as you braid, you think of your lost loved one and you cry. They said even put tears in the braid if you want, and you just pray and you say what you feel and you wear it. And so when I went to the hairdresser recently, I had a black streak, just a tiny black streak put in my hair, and I don't know if you can see this from there. Let's see if I can bring it in. Yeah, you can kind of see. And I braided it into my hair today. But it's a morning braid. And when I told the hairdresser, I was a little I always frame things when I'm around muggles and regular people. I always frame things as like, I don't know, it's just like this thing I heard, this like woo-woo thing. And I have found that more often than not, people, they hear what you're trying to say and they don't make you feel weird. And she loved it. She loved the idea, and she was even like, oh my gosh, I wish I had thought of something like that. It's incredible. What a beautiful thing. And it'll fade in time, and maybe by the time it grows out, you'll be like past a certain mourning period. Not that you ever forget. And I didn't realize, but damn, that lady is a lot more spiritual than I would have thought. Both of her parents are dead, and she talks to them constantly, especially her dad. She's really close with her dad. And I didn't realize for the first part of her conversation that he has passed on, and she was talking about his spirit. I'll edit some of that out because I don't know that she'll ever watch this, but if she did, I wouldn't want her to be mad at me. So she's wonderful, and I love her, and I'm thankful for her. And I'm very thankful that she just jumped right on board and was like, girl, you got it. And if you had brought some kind of beads or something, I could have done something cool with it. And I said, I didn't know that was an option. She's like, it is always an option. Anything you think of, it's an option. And I thought, good to know. And then the third thing I wanted to share, it's not a spell, but I think you could maybe possibly use it as such. I got some pretty disgusting comments this week from a random out there. One of the randoms who just seeks people like me and dives in and watches several videos and leaves disgusting comments on them, calling me the worst names, stuff I don't think I would call anybody. I don't know that I would ever use those words because they're just so disgusting and they're so full of hate. I deleted them, and everyone has their own opinion for that. Some people are like, I don't delete any comments, I got nothing to hide. But to me, if you came and rubbed shit on my house, I'm not going to leave it there because that's gross. And so those people don't get to stay. Their comments don't get to stay. They get deleted, they get blocked. Sometimes I send a message back. Usually I don't, but this time I did. And my comment to that person and to the future people who do this, happy and mentally healthy people don't spew hate at others in order to make themselves feel better. I hope that you get help and eventually can find some joy and love in your life. And that was it. I'm not going to sink to those lower vibrations and those lower places that are so easy. It's so easy to get angry. It's so easy to lash out. And I will say, I do form a lot of really disgusting thoughts in response, and I never send them because I'm just not that pathetic. And that's sad. I know that joining them down in the mud and coming out of my joy and out of my higher vibration to be petty and to partake and to give them any of my attention is beneath me. I won't do it. But what I will do is wholeheartedly. I wasn't just saying, bless you. Hey, bless you. Bless you. I wasn't doing that. I was saying from my heart, what you're doing isn't okay and it's not healthy, and you don't have to live this way. You can get help, because if you love yourself, if you're happy in your life, you're not going to do that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine searching out to find someone out there that you can just shit on? What kind of person does that? So anyway, it's not really a spell, but it's like diffusing a little hate bomb. I won't play, I won't participate. And I said that from my very first video, and I'm saying it now. I've said it since the beginning, since my very first introduction video, and I'm saying it now. You're not going to get a response from me, and especially not some kind of, oh yeah, I'm going to defend myself to you. No, I'm not. I have no need. I don't care what people think. The only reason I do these videos is because I get so much more joy from them. I have met people who I think will be in my life forever, who I care about, and who I know I could get on an airplane right now and they would be there for me. They're real people. And that's why I'm here. And so the petty stuff, it makes me sad, but it makes me sad because the level to which people will hurt each other is just heartbreaking. Anyway, that's the end of that. It's beautiful. Tomorrow's gonna be beautiful too. I meant to take a nature walk today, but I've just been up in my room reorganizing, throwing out stuff. I've got so much stuff, like witchy stuff. I'm trying to thin it out and put things together, like, you know, 4 different packets of incense that's the same kind, combining it into one packet, you know, that kind of thing. So Nadia, I'm gonna need more peppermint stuff pronto, so I will be hopefully getting online real soon and ordering some more. I can't keep that stuff. I just burn through it, literally. I hope you're doing well. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.